Medellin. I had to change little locations here. I went from Poblado all the way out to this neighborhood called Laureles. And the difference is night and day. This place is very much, I don't know, much more grounded to me. There's a lot more greenery here. It's more peaceful. Still have, the same amount of restaurants and bars, but the vibe is different and much more welcoming. You can walk here at night knowing full well you'll be fine. I mean, I'm just speaking from my own experience. This is the first time I actually pulled out my camera to speak, because anytime I had something to do, anytime I had to do that in Poblado, I could just feel all the eyes were on me, and I had people coming up asking me how much the camera was, and yeah, it wasn't great. So today is Sunday. I'm just kind of going out for a little stroll around town. Not a whole lot to, not very busy today, but yesterday was quite busy. Went out to a couple local little pubs here and restaurants. They were really fun, and a lot of music here. Quite a bit of dancing, salsa. So again, it is Sunday. I mean, the bars here are quiet, but they're still open. So I think we went to this one yesterday. This is actually a pretty cool spot. I went here the other day just with a friend. They got a lot of they have old Olympus cameras, some tape decks. There's a tattoo little pop-up shop here. I'll have to come back here in the daytime. And they also play some good music, so. So the neighborhood is kind of made of like these circling streets. There's a giant tree here in the middle. Pretty easy to get lost still. Right now I'm actually going to be walking to Pablo Escobar's brother's house. He has a museum here. Okay, so this is supposed to be the Casa de Roberto Escobar Gaviria. But I thought they would at least have a sign or something, because you could actually go in and see some of the some more memorabilia and have some stories to tell. I don't know, can somebody help me out? Maybe I'm in the wrong address, but this is actually where Google told me to go, so. Beauties here in Laureles. Again, going back to my menu del dia. Guess how much this is. 18,000 plus a soup and a drink. Another football game today. Playing. Everyone's all draped out. Old-fashioned food here. Using a blow dryer. Great. Day 2 here in Medellin. I just took the train here to Comuna 13, or District 13. It's one of 16 districts here in Medellin. Has a hell of a history here. So this used to be a very, very violent kind of slum neighborhood, especially during the 80s, with the Pablo Escobar cartel. You had the paramilitary involved. You had the gangs, the guerrillas. And now, so the community, what's kind of striking about this place is, over time, there's a sense of resilience and creativity that flourished here. So it went from a violent slum to this kind of cultural epicenter of arts, music, dance, and a lot of the locals here have kind of came together and created this, very impressive neighborhood now that's actually connected to the rest of the city with more cable cars and train line, of course, bus lines. So I'm going to walk around. I'm going to see what kind of art they have, maybe catch some dancing in the street, talk to the locals, and maybe get some food as well. So let's do it. So this here is kind of a little wall of remembrance. Some of the folks that died. Memorial de las Ausencias, and very nice people here. Okay, so we're kind of coming up here on the hills here. I believe this is kind of just the outskirts of town. So it's very hilly here. This is a lot. Huh. Upon walking in, you can feel the energy of a community that has reinvented itself. The initial climb was a maze of winding, narrow alleyways connecting the entire neighborhood. Breakdancing and other forms of hip-hop culture has been instrumental in providing a positive and non-violent path for the youth of the area. There are escalators that take people up and across the various paths, closer and closer to the top. Apparently Bill Clinton liked to frequent here. So you'll see a lot of these hummingbirds also in some of these art places. So they're basically prominently in the street arts around here. Symbolize some resilience, harmonious coexistence of nature and urban life. So very cool. At the very top, the view was breathtaking. Medellin stretched out below, a vast, bowl-shaped metropolis framed by the mountains. There's an ever-growing collection of sculptures being built, some for purpose, and several others just for show. A lot of colorful bars are reachable through narrow alleys, and they're not a bad spot for a quick beer or two.
Empezamos con nuestro primer mural, que es la memoria. No sé si saben, pero el elefante es de los animales que tiene muy buena memoria. Este animal nos representa a nosotros como Comuna 3.
Yeah, so this is probably my favorite mural here. We got the phoenix, we got a lion, and we got a jaguar. This is a rather large community. I didn't really realize how big it was until you actually get in here and you start walking through all these little alleys and keep going up and up and up, and it's pretty amazing. So day number 5 here in Medellin, Colombia. Right behind me here is a little memorial. It's called the Inflection Memorial Park. So this is actually where Pablo Escobar's Edificio Monaco, I believe, once stood. They demolished it back in 2019, and this is basically a memorial. So I'm going to walk over here on the other side. So there's around 46,000 holes in the wall, each one signifying a victim of narco-terrorism. These are all kind of the terror events from 1984, 85, 89, all the way up to, I believe, 1993. So again, this is where his house once stood. You have Somos lo que dejamos a los demás. So, and I'm sure hopefully the camera will pick it up, but these are essentially bullet holes. So as you walk down the path, there is quite a few of them. So it is pretty staggering. There is about 46,000 and some change of victims here. So and it goes on and on and on. These are kind of the statues here for the peace builders. It's essentially a police unit for the edification of peace. So So again, it goes all the way, yeah, up to 1993, which I believe was Pablo Escobar's last year on Earth. And yeah, and then here we have the construction of the memorial. So yeah, three all just in December. Oh. So I'm leaving the memorial behind. I'm gonna take another hour or so walk down to a town called Inganui. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but that is where Pablo Escobar is actually buried. So his gravesite is actually in a cemetery out there. Obviously a very polarizing figure here in Colombia and pretty much for the rest of the world. Some people love him, some people, I mean, most people despise him, but he has earned his kind of reputation around here. And then I'm going to explore Envigado, which is again a little bit upscale neighborhood, a lot more quieter than the northern part of Medellin, and yeah, just explore. It's a beautiful day today. We've had a lot of days of rain, so nice to see the sun again. I got a little tired of walking, so I'm going to take a motor taxi. 51 20. This is the grave site that I was able to find. He's actually buried here with like 9 other people, so a very controversial figure, like I said, and very a hell of a violent history here in Medellin and pretty much all of Colombia. So it resonates still to this day. Anyway, I'm kind of the only one here, surprisingly enough. But I don't think that they're actually buried here per se, but I think they're probably like, this is like a little memorial of sorts. But anyway, still unique. Alright, so welcome to Guatape. Very, very busy day today. It's a Saturday. We just arrived. I think it's about, what, 12:30 right now. This rock is probably the more sought after spot here. And they also do helicopter tours here. And I mean, this is very reminiscent of the stones in Brazil. So this place apparently has gotten very commercialized. There's restaurants and all these other things. Pablo Escobar is very well renowned about this area. I'm not sure exactly why he's fighting an angry hippopotamus, but everything has a price tag here, to go up, to go down. Alright, so just arrived to Guatape, a little pueblito here on the waters. Gonna enjoy some street walking. Colorful home. Alright.
Esto exactamente, que son los zócalos, es lo que más representa al pueblo. Los zócalos al principio, hace muchos años, era primero para cuidar las fachadas de la casa del agua por la inundación y por las lluvias, era por precaución. Esa era la prioridad de los zócalos, de esta parte vamos a ver de todas las casas.
So we got some restaurants, some disco bars, some floating restaurants. So we're renting a small little party boat. Thank you for watching my video of time spent in Medellin. For my next installment, I travel to the coffee region of the country to explore Colombia's beautiful nature and sample the incredible coffee. See you next time.